You may own an EC that MOP at the Vales, Bellwaters, Bellwoods, the Terrace, the Amore, and more. Should I sell my EC upon MOP when it reaches the 5-year mark? Or should you wait till the 10-year mark? We're gonna check out La Casa EC, which is located in Woodlands. If you bought it during the launch by its MOP in 2013, your property would have appreciated by 51%. And when it attained privatization in 2018, we can see that the property value actually dropped to negative 8%. Is there a best time to sell your EC? Can we time the market? Hi, my name is Andrew Ho from attained Property. Now, there are 3 stages of an EC purchase. A brand new one during the launch, at the 5 years mark when it MOP, and at the 10 years mark when it gets privatized. So we need to first understand what happens at each of the stages. During the launch, there's an eligibility criteria in order to purchase. You must form a family nucleus or qualify under one of the schemes with at least one Singaporean. There's also an income cap of 16,000 to be eligible for the purchase, and you can only take a loan based on the mortgage service ratio framework, or MSR in short. I'll share about MSR very shortly. Now, at the 5-year mark, there's no longer a family nucleus requirement. PRs can now enter the market. There's no more income ceiling, and buyers can take a loan based on the total debt servicing framework, or TDSR in short. When it gets privatized at the 10-year mark, everything is the same. The only difference is the pool of buyer expands. Foreigners are now eligible to buy. So now that we understand the 3 stages of an EC, let's take a look at one of the ECs that has privatized. We're gonna check out La Casa EC, which is located in Woodlands. If you bought it during the launch by its MOP in 2013, your property would have appreciated by 51%. And when it attained privatization in 2018, we can see that the property value actually dropped to negative 8%. Let's take a look at another EC, Quintet, which is located in Choa Chu Kang. If you bought it during the launch by its MOP in 2012, your property would have appreciated by 74%. When it privatized in 2017, compared to the price back during its MOP, we can see that the property value remains stagnant at only a 2.48% growth. So now we're going to find out why there's a huge spike when an EC attains its MOP at the 5-year mark, and why does it remain stagnant at the 10th-year mark during privatization when supposedly more buyers are coming into the market with foreigners becoming eligible. Now, firstly, there's a huge spike for its price during its MOP because of 3 major reasons. Firstly, for a brand new EC, buyers can take a loan using the MSR calculation, whereas when it MOPs, buyers can take a loan using the TDSR framework. So you may be thinking, what is MSR and what is TDSR? MSR is when you can only take a loan from the bank based on 30% of your monthly income. Whereas for TDSR, it's based on 55%. So if I were to put it into perspective, if you earn $9,000 per month, under MSR, you can loan up to $600,000. Whereas for TDSR, you can loan up to 1.1 million. So this means that at the 5-year mark, you have buyers with higher purchasing power coming into play compared to during the launch. Secondly, for a brand new EC, only Singaporeans can buy. Whereas for a 5 years EC, PRs are now eligible to purchase. So that naturally caused an influx of added buyers into the pool who are now eligible to buy. So if an increase in demand, that would actually cause an increase in price for the property. It further proved us to be right when we take a look at the citizenship breakdown of the owners at La Casa, where 74% of the owners are Singapore citizens and 25% are PRs, which means 1 out of 4 owners are of PR citizenship. Third major reason is that there's an income ceiling criteria for a brand new EC, but there's no income ceiling for an EC at its 5-year mark. So this adds to the pool of buyers with purchasing power. And of course, not forgetting that a newly MOP EC is at its newest possible state, where the project is still relatively new in terms of the facilities, the condition of the house and stuff, and that a buyer can move in straight away. So if you're pondering when is the best time to sell your EC, it will be upon the 5-year mark when it freshly MOP, because that's when there's a huge influx of demand from buyers coming into the market who has a higher purchasing power due to TDSR at this point, and that they are not restricted by any income restrictions as well. Now, if you look back at La Casa, this graph represents the volume of transactions, or in other words, the number of units sold in 2013 when it reaches the 5-year mark, compared to all other years where you will see that the volume of transactions are much lesser. So we can see the same for the Quintet with a huge number of transactions during its MOP in 2012 compared to the years later. So the second question is, why did the prices remain stagnant at the 10th year mark when it attains privatization, where foreigners are now eligible to buy, in which it should technically add a new pool of buyers and cause an increase in the demand? So if we take a look at the owner's citizenship breakdown of La Casa, we can tell that foreigners only made up 0.3% ownership of the entire project. This tells us that foreigners are generally not that attracted in purchasing an EC. This is due to the fact that ECs are mostly situated in the OCR region of Singapore. OCR means the outskirts of Singapore. Based on our research, foreigners would mostly prefer to purchase in the RCR or CCR region. So to sum it up, at the 10th year mark, even though eligibility opens up for foreigners, there's no influx of demand, which explains why an EC would pretty much remain stagnant when it privatizes. So why not let's check out the price movement of EC in recent years. We can take a look at Belisa in Pasir Ris, which attained its MOP in 2019. If you bought during the launch, the property price would have appreciated by about 25%, but after that, the price pretty much remained stagnant with a 2.9% growth. Next, we check out Esperina Residences in Buangkok, which MOP in 2018-2019. You will see that it appreciated by 47%, and thereafter, the price remained stagnant. Over at Osville in Sengkang, if you bought during the launch, upon MOP, the property value would have increased by about 20%, and thereafter it remained stagnant. So it appears that there's a same trend for all the ECs in terms of the price movement after its MOP period. This is why it's important for us to understand the reasons behind why and when a property appreciates or remains stagnant. That helps us to make a more informed decision when it comes to our property planning. So if you're an EC owner and you plan to hold till the 10th year mark, then the research that I just provided could provide you with some food for thought. Just like you, I own an EC as well, as I believe it's a great product because it's always priced lower than the average market price of private condos within the same vicinity back during the launch. Historically, no EC owners have ever lost money if they bought during the launch day. Anyways, if you're looking for advice after your EC has attained MOP, you're looking to progress with regards to your property plan, feel free to reach out to me. And if this is the kind of content that you like to watch, do like this video and subscribe to us for more. My name is Andrew Ho from A-Team Property, the A-Team for your property.